on page 19 of the paper again. Well, coming to their major headline though, you have this one: Nigeria has no great politician. That's according to President Goodluck Jonathan. It continues on page 4. You might want to know why the president said that. Says G5 governor's defection won't affect PDP. You also have this one: Tribune man wins NMMA award. 4 others nominated on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. And you also have all the stories here. NJC rejects Amechi's nominee as acting CJ, Chief Justice. Tension brews in judiciary over travel ban. You find details on page 2. ASU strike, adjacent varsity VC, DVC return to lecture rooms. And you also have this one: Unilag's factional ASU resumes today. On page 53. I thought they said there was no faction in Unilag at least. Well, at the bottom of this paper you find the story: family politicians battle over brand Mandela. I hope that it doesn't get out of hand. Churches in South Africa mourn him on page 49. University of Ibadan names institute after him on page 4 of the paper. You also have the picture there. I think it was taken after the end of the bankers committee retreat, which took place in Calabar. That will be all for the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, the Abuja Inquirer is next, and the big story on the front page: 186, that is 186 Nigerians in Saudi prisons. Yeah, the details on page 3, and I'm hoping that, well, that silence, someone is already acting and working to really find out why and what exactly is happening. We all remembered how we all moved in with the, well, arrest of a citizen in Benin Republic. Well, 186 Nigerians in Saudi prisons. Academic activities resume in Uni Abuja. More lecturers abandon strike. Fewer students resume. More lecturers abandon strike, fewer students resume. Looks to us as if the strike is over. Transco Hilton Abuja office. Okay. Special report will be on Mandela. Will Mandela's be the biggest funeral in history? It's on pages 12 and 13 of the same daily. Well, that will be it with the Abuja Inquirer.
A very valid question there.
Honestly.
50 world leaders we hear are already planning to attend, including our own president.
And the slip from the Czech president on his attendance. Well, he says, well, he's got a whole lot, not knowing that he was actually being recorded.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. Well, anyway, that's it on the look at the front pages this morning. So as Dilla takes another moment here, we'll return. Do join us again.
If you want to know what's trending or you miss your favorite live shows, you can watch it all on our YouTube channel. Simply log on to www.youtube.com/channelsweb. Scroll down to your favorite program and click play. You can also view all uploaded videos by clicking on View All. Don't forget to subscribe and get the latest videos. If they are interesting, like them and be heard. Get connected with the channel's television YouTube page. The news at your fingertips.
Well, every December 9th, the world over, is Anti-Corruption Day, and this morning on Sunrise Daily, we're taking a look at the fight so far in Nigeria. Joining us to look at that is an anti-corruption activist, Suraj Olarinwaju. Good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Well, by now, we're looking at the day, and you said they say against corruption today. Corruption is a barrier that's, according to Ban Ki-moon, to achieving the MDG and needs to be taken into account in defining and implementing a robust post-2015 development agenda. That's a quote from the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon on the day, which is today. And finally, we'll round here, and how have we fared so far in this fight that we all know that we should all be on?
Right, well, when we say we, are you looking at Nigerians? Are you looking at the federal government? I mean, we will have to put it in context. And with the theme of this year, which is very apt in terms of assessing Nigerians' fight against corruption. It's talking about the Millennium Development Goal, which was a benchmark set by the countries under the United Nations for them to attain in terms of eradicating poverty, extreme poverty and hunger, promoting gender equality and women empowerment, increasing access to universal basic primary education, looking at improving child mortality, also increasing maternal mortality, reducing maternal mortality in the country. And then when you want to look at Nigeria in terms of these 8 goals that were set, I mean, we've fared very badly in terms of promoting all these identified goals in the new millennium. And when we look at that, what are the bane of this crisis under which we are? I mean, because it's very clear to everybody, it is not just about when government comes out to say, yes, we've done this, but the people can assess and say, no, okay, but we don't even have access to this. There's no been improvement in terms of global partnership for development, in terms of environmental sustainability.
Let's take it from down to top. Definitely we'll be looking at the government, especially the government at the center. But let's take it, because earlier on I drew the attention of my colleagues to a video we saw of people who went to Abuja to protest for the release of an alleged kidnap kingpin. So sometimes we really don't understand how it plays out in our communities and how much of reverence and celebration we've given to some of those in our communities, irrespective of the kind of job or what they do for a living. So are the people carried away when they get to see some of the gains of corruption to the extent that they think it is some form of goodies?
Well, I think it boils down to the government. It's actually one, the erosion of the culture of a people and our tradition to uphold and appreciate our values in terms of promoting it on the part of the government. You will clearly see, rarely would you see a clear, defined agenda or program of action to continue sustaining the values of the people from our different cultures. Go to our primary and secondary school, and from there you would see the basic social studies, moral instruction that you and I went through while we were in primaries and secondary, and no more there. Even religious knowledge in some schools, they don't even teach again, which is where you derive some of these values. And then the failure of government to provide the basic necessities of life for people is already taken over by some of these criminals who will go and steal government, either using arms and ammunition, either using pen, to steal what is supposed to be the patrimony of the whole people